Hello students, topic for today's online class is two-dimensional arrays. Two-dimensional array has two subscripts or indices. Two-dimensional array is also called as double subscripted variable. These are used when we are representing the information in tabular format, that is in the form of rows and columns. So there are two subscripts or two indexes are required here, one which will keep track of row and another which will keep track of columns. Syntax shows how two-dimensional array is declared in C program. Data type, array name and first index value and the second index value. For example, to create two-dimensional array of type integer with 3 rows and 3 columns is int A is the array name. First value indicates here the number of rows and the second index specifies the number of columns. So this array can hold maximum 3 rows and 3 columns. So the total elements in this array will be 3 into 3, that is 9. Let us see how two-dimensional array is used in C with one example. Suppose these are the values which we want to store in the tabular format with 3 rows and 3 columns. It can be stored in tabular format in this pattern. There are two subscripts required. One will keep track of the rows. These are the rows 0, 1, 2. As we have discussed in previous class, in case of array, index starts from 0. So, to fetch the elements in the first row or first column, we use the index 0. This is the 0th row, first row, second row, and 0th column, first column and second column. So, to fetch these individual values, we require two subscripts. To access the first element in the array, we have to use the subscript A of A00, that is 0th row and 0th column. To fetch 16, that is the second element stored in the array, the index required is 0, 1. Third value by using the index 0, 2. To fetch the values from the second row, that is row with the row number 1, the index used is A10, A11, A12. To fetch the elements of this row, we use the subscripts as A of 20, 21 and 22. This is how the values in the two-dimensional arrays can be fetched one by one. Now let us look at the code which is required to fetch the values from the two-dimensional array and print them in the proper format, that is in the matrix format or in the form of rows and columns. Here for loop is taken with the loop control variable I. So I keeps track of the rows. So we have the value initialized to I is 0, I equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. As there are 3 rows, we have taken here I less than 3. If the rows are 5, then the condition can be given as I less than 5. After the first row, it has to go to the second row, third row, and so on in the sequence. So I is incremented by 1 with the expression I plus plus. So in first row, that is in 0th row, we have many columns. So we require one more loop which will keep track of the columns, and for that we have taken another loop with the variable j. In case of column also, the index starts from 0, so we have initialized the value of j as 0. As there are 3 columns, we have used the condition j less than 3 and j plus plus. And inside this loop, we are fetching the values stored in the first row in different columns. First, it fetches the value a of 0, 0. I is 0, j is 0. Let me show this table which shows how the values of I and j are modified in the array. When program executes this statement, I is initialized to 0. It checks the condition 0 is less than 3, so it comes here. It executes j loop. First, it initializes the value of j as 0. J becomes 0. It checks the condition 0 less than 3, condition is true, so it comes here. It prints the value of a of ij, that is I value is 0, j value is also 0. So a of 0, 0 is nothing but the first element, that is 10. So 10 will be printed on the screen. As we have used here /t, /t indicates here after printing the first number, that is the first value, the cursor moves to the next tab position. There should be some gap between the values. For that we are using /t here. So after printing 10, that is the first value, it increments the value of j. J becomes 1. And it checks the condition 1 is less than 3, the condition is true. Again it enters the j loop and it prints a of ij. I value is 0 and j value is 1. 0, 1. So 0, 1 indicates here 0th row and the first column. So the value stored at that position is 16. So 16 will be printed. Next, j value is incremented. J becomes 2. Condition is true. Again it enters the loop and it prints a of ij, that is a of 0, 2. 0, 2 is nothing but the number 23, which will be printed. Then j becomes 3. When j becomes 3, this condition becomes false. So it comes out of this j loop and it comes here outside the j loop. Here we have the statement printf/n. So what this statement does, it moves the cursor onto the next line so that the values of the next row will be printed on the next line. After moving the cursor to the next line, I value is incremented. I becomes 1. It checks the condition 1 is less than 3. That means it has not printed all the rows. It goes inside the I loop where again it executes the j loop with the values j is equal to 0. Condition is true. It comes here printf %d a of ij. Now what is the value of I? It is 1. And what is the value of j? It is 0. So 1 0. 1 0 means this value which will be printed on the screen. Next, j is incremented. J becomes 1. It prints the value A11 which is this value. Next, j is incremented. It fetches the next value and it prints on the screen. After incrementing j, the condition becomes false. So it comes out of j loop and it prints and it executes printf statement which will move the cursor onto the next line. I value is incremented. I becomes 2. 2 is less than 3. Again it enters the loop. Here it executes j loop with the value 0. 2 0. 2 0 is this element which will be printed. J is incremented. It moves to the next column, that is a of 2 1. 2 1 value, that is 21, will be printed. Next it goes to the next column, that is column number 2. I is 2, j is also 2, so it prints the value 28. Next, j is incremented. This condition becomes false. It comes out of the loop. It executes printf statement. Cursor moves to the next line. After executing this, I is incremented. It becomes 3. So when I becomes 3, this condition will be false. So when this condition becomes false, it will not enter this loop. It comes out of the loop. So after executing this on the screen, you will see these values printed in the matrix format. This is how two-dimensional array can be used. So let us implement this small program where it stores the value in two-dimensional array and it will print the same. So this is the code of the program. Here we have the comment two-dimensional array in C, #include stdio.h, void main. Here we have declared two-dimensional array with name A with the subscripts 3 and 3. So 3 and 3 indicates here this array can have maximum 3 rows and 3 columns. Then we have taken the variables I and j. I will keep track of the rows and j will keep track of the columns. Then we have the statement CLR SCR to clear the screen. Next, printf statement which will print the message on the screen, enter elements of matrix. So when user enters the values, those must be stored in the matrix, that is in the two-dimensional array A in respective rows and columns. So to keep track of those positions, we have taken two loops here. One is the I loop, next is the j loop. I loop will keep track of the rows and j loop will keep track of the columns, and using scanf statement the values are stored in the matrix. So here we are storing the values one by one, so only 1% d should be used here. ampersand A of ij. So these subscripts will specify where the value should be stored, in which row and in which column. For that, the subscripts are required. So here all the values are stored in the matrix. Once values are stored, to print those values we are using this code which we discussed on the slide. For I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. So I keep track of the rows, and in every row there are multiple columns. So to fetch the values in those individual columns, the j loop is used here. As for j is equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. Here we have printf statement which will print the value. After printing the values in one row, the cursor moves on to the next line by using printf statement, so that the next row values will be printed on the next line. And then here we have getch statement. Let us compile the code and execute. As we have taken 3 by 3 matrix, so the total values required are 9. Press enter. After giving all the values will be printed in the matrix format. This is how two-dimensional array can be implemented in C language.